Welcome, my friends. Welcome back to the TSSSR. And what I've seen and looked at in this game, and I couldn't believe it, there's been a change to the game that basically affects the end game by a lot. And that change is there's no repeatable technology anymore for ship hull points. It's not in the wiki, it's not in the game, we cannot research it. I have waited for it, it's not there. It's not there anymore. So this is something extremely important. Because that, well, you still be able, if you're, for example, a Ravenous Hive or something, to get some bonuses on that. Like, yeah, they have 25% bonus on ship hull points. That's because their ships are from the Ravenous Hive. But other than that, you don't get no bonuses. As you can see, like the tech leaders here are definitely the automatons. We'll look at their fleet again. Usually the AI would research roughly equal, like depending on what they've specialized on. Like these guys have 95% bonus to shield hit points, 40% on armor hit points, and only 25% on ship hull points. And there's a lot of ship hull points. Now the shields are not that big, the armor is not that big, so given that, yeah, you can go still for other weapons, but in the end, as there's no repeatable technology for ship hull points, there's only one weapons choice left. That absolutely makes sense, and that is going for ship hull points directly, because they're not going to get multiplied. So we're going to go definitely and stay with our disruptor thing. And to add to that would be, for example, Strikecraft. They can do some kind of point defense. They have shield penetration. That is very good. And the question is, though, do we have something that only has like point defense? Because point defense would then be a great addition to that. Because other than that, we really don't want slots for hangar bay things. We want slots for our penetrating weapons, for nothing else. Now, it's hard to get these penetrating weapons because we haven't gotten the arc emitters. So there's that. The question is, what do we do then? Is there something large that we could fit in there? Let's try it out. That would have the same effect. And it seems like there's nothing like that. You can see here they have damage on shields, but there's no penetration. So we only have these medium weapons for now. Now the smaller ones all have hangar bay slots to them, as you can see. We could add large weapons, but that would take 2 slots then. So we're not going to do this. So we're just going to have these relatively useless Strikecraft. They at least have high accuracy and tracking, so they function as a kind of a point defense. And this also leads us to the conclusion that we're gonna focus on focused arc emitters. There's no way around them. They are the best thing to choose for us. We also want to be quick. I mean, if you're going for a sustainable force, then you're going to go for regenerative hull tissue or something, or even better, the nanite repair system. We could afford this, and we will maybe do this on the Titans, but in the end, we really want quick fleets. So you have to make a decision between quick fleets and strong fleets. You want to have some quick fleets, and mainly you will go for this for the corvettes. They're extremely quick. They have added sublight speed here with a precognitive interface. And then you will have other fleets that may be your juggernauts for the really big battles. Now, the main thing in war is to be where you're needed. Like if you can have the best fleet in the world, if it's not there where it's needed, then it's absolutely, totally useless. And this leads us to the conclusion that we will need rather quick fleets than strong fleets, because at the moment we have no chance facing off against the automaton swarm if they are somewhere We cannot do something against that. They have like over 1 million fleet power. So the conclusion is we need quicker ships. We've already done something like that in the policies. As you can see, we have now war doctrines, and we used rapid deployment, which increases our sublight speed as well as the ship weapons range. Now, hit and run is also good if someone is bigger than you, but we have, over the course of the game, collected many bonuses to sublight speed, which makes us extremely quick when we're going forward. Adding to that, the AI is nearly never using the jump techniques, so we will have a big advantage if we focus on that. Being quick. But there's something that speaks against being quick, and that is buried in the nature of war. In the end, they have a lot of planets, so we need only one quick fleet to claim all the systems that are going around here. Let's have a look at their defense stations. We should have some defense stations very close to us, like here. They've upgraded it at least once. Where is it? Where you can see it? Here. They've got a shipyard there. But it's not a very strong station, as you can see. But we can see something there. And that is ship hull points. That has also a 25% bonus. Then we have armor that has a 40% bonus. And shields that has a 95% bonus, just as their ships. So the stations are a little bit stronger. But they are by no means undefeatable. I mean, that is a small starbase, but it will not reach, even at this point, probably the strength of one of our fleets. We will see if we can get one stronger close to us that we can maybe inspect, but it's really, yeah, you cannot see them. It's just not there. It's just not possible. So we're gonna have to estimate something on the basis of other stations and how strong they are. Now we got a starbase here. It's a star fortress, so it's a very strong fortress, and it has a lot of hit points, but that is all. We can get these hit points down. There's no doubt about that. Starbase hull points plus 25%. It's pretty good, and I think the starbase hull points tech is still in the game, so we could use that. It's if we would go for full defense, then like in the end it would defeat like anyone, but we want to get on over to the attack. And first we might really go for some things like the Albanian remnant. You can see here they have a little bit more ship hull points and shield hit points. They seem to have a bonus capped at 99%, strangely. I don't know. They have medium dark matter deflectors, so that is something we could get from them. They have dark matter thrusters, which would need dark matter, but we can buy dark matter, so it's not a problem. They have also jump drives and stuff, so it's pretty cool to have that. They've got good energy weapons, definitely, and they've got they've focused on kinetic artillery. Something which will help them a lot against our shield-based ships, but we also have armor, so it's not that bad. And especially not now, as they are helpless. So what we'll focus on is definitely, we need to do it. We need to focus on energy weapons and disruptor-type weapons. It's the only way we will defeat the Automaton Swarm, and so we're focusing on that. And so the big design session is just like going back into this and saying, hey, we did everything well. It's all good. It's all good. Now, the change is that we will have one quick fleet, that is one of the prole fleets, that has 344 speed. Let's see about the others. They don't even come close to that speed. That is a speed that is unattainable for anything else than a corvette. So And for the sake of the corvettes, we are also, of course, researching in armor, where we have a bonus too. That's going to be good. So what is left to design is, we'll check these guys shortly, but there's nothing really left here. What we need to have is good Titans and maybe a Juggernaut for a big fleet that will accompany the landing troops. And these fleets will be that will lead the fray, like some kind of siege station. They need to be absolutely indefeatable. They need to be so good it's crazy. So we'll look at the loadout of the automatons shortly again, because they are the opponent. No one else is as dangerous as they are. It is not even close. And you see they have a mix of weapons. But what kind of mix do they have? They have energy. And they have particle weapons, kinetic weapons. They don't have... They also have some hunger craft, because you need that. They have a disruptor mixed in. So they have totally a design that totally makes no sense at all. But they also have advanced afterburners. So they are quick. They're definitely quick. You can see what kind of bonuses they have here on their weaponry, which is important. So they have a ship fire rate, a general ship fire rate of plus 80%. Home territory fire rate is even higher. Of course, they also have all of the stuff. So in their own territory, these things will be a menace, an absolute craziness to defeat. So if we can lure them into other things, or if we can take a system and wait for them there, then we will have a big advantage. And that's the big thing about being a Ravenous Hive. They can have these normal systems without planets in them. They can just be taken from them, and then we can wait there until they come and try to retake it. That's what we'll do, because we will then get our home territory bonus. So that's the thing to go for. You see they have improved their weapon speed more than their damage for some kind of reason. I don't know why. It's the way it is. They have especially high energy weapon damage. But it is nothing that we should design our ships for. We will design our ships so that they can go for the maximum amount of damage output. Because, as you can see here, yeah, they also have a tachyon lance in, and not something that targets the hull. So it's a big mix of shield and armor damage, penetration, whatevers. We could go along with the advanced strike craft and only target like armor or something like that. But nah, that's too sophisticated. Sophisticated things often don't work. We'll go for what we've always gone for. This stuff, and now we'll make big ships with big defensiveness, and that don't need a lot of speed as an alternative. We also need alternative battleships, as they will be in the siege troops. So cruisers, destroyers, corvettes we'll all ignore. We'll just go for battleships, a quick corvette fleet, and then battleships, Titans, and a Juggernaut. Here we go. So that's the alternative to our battleships right now. We will pick up the medium weaponry for reasons I have told you. And yes, they will be slow, but they will reach their destination one day, no doubt, and then they can do damage. What will we want to have here? Yeah, we want to have the 50 range, of course. Question is this: ship fire rate 20% or 15% with a higher chance to hit? We will go for the precognitive interface, as ship fire rate is like something that is covered by the weapon speed, so we can improve that. But we cannot improve chance to hit or tracking. Tracking cannot improve by technology, so we'll have a little bit more tracking in. And that's good, so precognitive interface it is. For the win, then we'll go for the focused arc emitter for the reasons I've elaborated on. And then we'll go phase disruptors. We could leave that be if we want to, but yeah, if we're going for that anyways, we can just go for it like that. So you can see the amoeba flagella are eerily resembling that. They have more hull points. They have only hull points. They don't have shields or something like that. So we'll definitely use the advanced strike craft. Amoeba flagella are only for early game builds. And then we want shields first and foremost, as they give the better protection. And then it's a toss-up, because you can have nanite repair system. That's all really good. You also want to have shield capacitors. You can use shield capacitors even in combat. They can be a little bit useful. So as we want to survive combat, we'll probably go for the use of shield capacitors. And we have hyper shields and neutronium armor. So there's that. So that's the Soviet siege class. Battleships. We need to do something similar with a Titan. The Titan bow, the Titan core, the Titan stern. The problem with this is we only have large weapons here, so we need to do something with these large weapons. The Titans are basically only there to support the fleet, but we want to have something there that can hold on its own. And as we're going to improve energy weapons, we're going for energy weaponry. And probably we'll take that with the highest range, as these things are so slow. It's absolutely crazy. So it will be all neutron launchers. Range of 130 and the perdition beam, as we need to take that. So we'll have a hard time going through the shields with this, but well, it is as it is. They are mostly there for what they can provide in protection. So look at this, the precognitive interface carrier. 75% more ship engagement range. We'll stay extreme range and fires long-range weapons on the target. And here, we'll stay at long range. And it has more ship fire rate, ship weapons range. Now this is if you go for only strike craft. That is also a viable strategy, it's fun. And this will stay at long range and fires long range weaponry at the target. That's what we'll do. And to fire at the target. Now let's see what we can get there. What will be good. Decreasing shield hit points is definitely a good thing. We could buff our own fleet with a nanobot cloud, but that is... yeah, it's just... you need to survive the combat, that's the thing. The subspace snare is kind of useful, because combat disengagement chance for the others goes down, so you'll kill more of their ships. If you catch them, you will kill them. But it's about surviving the combat. Surviving the combat. How good is that? I really think we should lower the ship fire rate. So it's the Soviet Siege T class. T as in Titan for now, and we'll go for as many shields as we can, as shields are really the prime defense that you should have. That's quite a number of shields. We'll have over 10,000 shield points. Only 2,600 armor, but that's okay. Soviet CHT, yeah, overwrite that. So we have our Titan. It was pretty good. He's as sturdy as a... Oh, goodness me. He's as sturdy as a battleship of our opponents. Roughly. And then we'll have a juggernaut. Let's see. So we can have this thing. What will we have in there? This is something where we can thankfully go for these weapons again. And then we'll have to go for advanced strike craft, of course. And then it's time for disruptors. Round about 100,000 hull points. It's a crazy amount of hull points. Let's see. They have the same computers as the Titans. Let's see what we can have here. Strike craft damage. Oh my goodness, no. Ship weapons range. Defensive aura. That's pretty good. Jump drive cooldown. That's also kind of nice. Orbital bombardment damage. No. An offensive aura. Point defense damage. Point defense firing rate on the enemy ships. We're not interested in that. So, what is best for our ships? That's the question. Because we need to defeat them. And it's probably ship weapons range. Soviet Siege J. We'll call that. And let's see. It's shield capacitors. That's the way. Let's see how many we can get in there. Quite a number. But not nearly as many. Now that's the question. Should we have of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? We have 8 here. Should we have 10% more from the 8? Or yeah, we should have that in. It's a no contest. If you're going for something defensive, you need to do that. It will not repair itself that well. But anyways, the rest will be neutronium armor. So armor is also important. Here we go. And the question is, should we maybe add a Titan, another Titan that has an area effect of repairing? But I don't think so. But we'll only have one Juggernaut. So this is the Juggernaut we have, and it increases ship weapons range. But we can have multiple Titans. One Titan per fleet, for example, will be okay. So we'll have another Titan. Let's look at our Soviet Siege Titan. As you see, that has an offensive aura. And we'll add another Titan that has something else. Shield Dampener is kind of okay too. She decreases the shield hit points of our enemies. Because as you can see here, the bonuses we get here are minuscule that are positive. It doesn't really matter. Shield Dampener is better. It's the TS, Soviet Siege TS. I'm gonna go for the exact same design. I'm reluctant to call it design, but it's the way it is. Will be good, and as I said, I think we're going for the precognitive interface. Yeah, I mean it gives us tracking and ship fire rate and all. That's the main reason. They will charge in, and so the offensive aura will be everywhere, which is good. Then are there other auras that we want? Maybe one of the subspace snares wouldn't be too bad, but it's really not. The main thing is to guarantee the survival of your own fleet. I mean, we could have a nanobot cloud with us, but that is really, it's not good. It's just not much that we get there. But okay, we could have one of these things in. Like one of the Titans could be the repair Titan. So we have some repair. So we would add a nanobot cloud, the tracking. Maybe with one for tracking, but the nanobot cloud will be the thing we'll go for. Ship fire rate 20%, yeah, and that increases this, and we'll go for the exact same weaponry again. Main damage source will be the battleships. Like we can add something in here, like make the repair guys also repair themselves. That could be like the fun twist. I don't think it's that good, but we'll test it out. I think the shield capacitors, no, they are not regenerating the shields, so that's, yeah, it's out of the question. It will be the repair class, so we'll have a repair class Titan in there that is coming. Just, I don't think the auras stack, so we'll have one of them there just in case we need to cover something. And now we'll begin a new fleet. One new fleet will be needed to be ready. We cannot build a Juggernaut yet, but that is underway. So we'll start with Soviet Siege T-class. One of them will be in, not two. I mean, we could have Titan fleets for all that it's worth, but they are really limited in how many you can have. Like, you can have 5 here, so we could have them all in one fleet. What would that fleet have then? I don't know. I don't really know. It is 80 of the command limit. We could have 5 Titans with us. No. Especially not the same class. So that's the first fleet of the Siege class. Battleships too. It's got to be the new fleet we have. It's going to cost an extreme amount of resources, but we need to begin with things like this, or otherwise we'll be beaten one day. We can already assign a leader to that new fleet. Can we? No, we cannot. We cannot yet. But we can assign a home base. It will be the Sol Station again. And I think we can start. Should we start building? Yeah, let's start building it. So we haven't done this for nothing. And that's the way we design ships now, my friends. That's the way. It was a little bit of much talking, but I think I've shown you well what is decisive in the end game. And there's variations of that when the end game crises come, but the thing about these penetration weapons is that they are okay against any end game crisis. If you specialize in particle cannons, you will have difficulties against one type of end game crisis. If you specialize in the rockets, you will have problems against the other type of end game crisis. But if you specialize in energy weapons and then go for disruptors, then you will be okay anyways. Not great, but okay. So a refitting is not necessary. Thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. This was a very rather deep, with no action, but it's a change. Sometimes you need a change, right? So have a great time until next time and happy gaming. This is Immanuel Can signing out. See you soon, my friends, and happy gaming.